The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Here we are, final Players Lounge, Black History Month. Right here. Dallas Cowboys.
That was short. How many we had? Two?
Shortest month of the year.
One, two, this is three.
We had three?
No. Yeah, three.
We had a full three. Okay. All right.
No, four. We had February 2nd. That was the Super Bowl week.
Then the 9th?
Then we had the 13th, right before Valentine's Day. 21st and 27th.
You got any Black history knowledge to impart today, Louie? Since you bring that up.
Hey, what's going on?
There have been two black coordinators here in the Dallas Cowboys history since Jerry's on the team.
Two.
Mo Carthon and Brian Stewart.
There it is, Black History Month. Fact. I asked for one, you gave it. Came through with that.
He
did.
Not through. Through.
And
You said coordinators? Oh, Joe Witt don't count for that preseason game?
no. And Mo Carthon's son, Rand, is now the general manager of the Tennessee Titans, who the Cowboys beat this year, but he was with the 49ers
Yeah.
at the time. So, congratulations to Rand.
There we go.
My man.
Shout out to Rand, man.
There you go. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church. I am Newey Scruggs. Combine starting today. Today. And how about our guy Byron Jones? On Twitter yesterday, man, basically saying, because it talks about the anniversary of his combine and the great records he set, becoming a Dallas Cowboys first-round pick. And basically, at least the way I took it was, the tweet was, hey, guys, I took a whole bunch of stuff and I put it in my body, wish I hadn't. I got chronic pain here. I love being an NFL player, but it wasn't something I would have done had I known the long-term effects. It sounded like he was saying goodbye to the game.
That's what it sounded like to me. And I want to know what he's dealing with, because he was always, a healthy, young guy, super athletic. And for him to go out there saying, I can't run anymore, I can't jump anymore, that's surprising to me. And it was like, man, what's going on down there in Miami? And for him to say, all that wasn't worth it, because the man made a boat ton of money. I mean, let's put it out. The man
largest
just made
contract for a defensive back in NFL history.
He's made a boat ton of money. And for him to say, all that money isn't worth it, he's got to be dealing with something. He got to be dealing with something.
That's what you said, bro. That's what you said last week, and what we see people tweet about all the time when you talk about, when free agency comes up and when they start talking about those contract talks, they always leave out what we asked you to do when you was hurt, right? Oh, you a warrior, right? You a warrior. You going out there and you playing with the injury, but then when it comes time to get that check, and when it's like, hey man, so what you gonna pay me for me going out there being a warrior? And they like, nah, I don't know, man. You just
check the numbers.
You a tick slower than you was last year. You're a tick slower than you was the year before that. Yeah. But that's what happens. Guys, in their mind, they believe that the team is going to look out for them if they go out there and risk everything, right? So when Byron Jones is going out there playing hurt, getting those shots that you take to numb up a pain or taking a Toradol or whatever, he's saying, man, it wasn't worth it. At the end of the day, I wish I would have just set out.
Because if you look at it, how many times did we go out there? Because we thought, man, if we don't suit up this week, we may not even be on the team next week.
Right.
So how many times
Every
we go
week.
every week?
Every week.
Battling with high ankle sprains, broken forearms, all types of stuff, because we don't know if we're going to be there next week. So you take those shots, you take those pills, and you don't really understand the time you're sitting there like, all right, man, I just want to get through this game. I'm thinking about the right now. I just want to get through this game. But you don't think about, the ramifications of what can happen when you take that stuff years down the line. And that's what I believe Byron Jones is talking about right now.
I think it's fair enough to say that you're not even mature enough to understand it at that point. You're not even 22, 23 years old. Ain't nobody that most of the people who are that age are not thinking about, oh man, when I'm settled down with wife and kids and they 5 and 6, 7 years old and I'm taking them to school, I'm 38, and all of a sudden, oh, my back might be hurting. I'm not going to be able to do what I'm doing now. You're not thinking about that when you're 22. You're like, man, I'm trying to make this money so I can make sure I'm straight when I get there. Then you get 35, 36, you're like, oh man. Man, I'm tight.
So how do these hurt?
Did I knock 10 years off my life?
That's crazy,
playing the
man.
game?
That's
You
crazy.
really start to wonder those things, especially you see the news stories about CTE and this and that and that. You're like, oh man, I don't know. Once you get older, you start to kind of understand that. But when you're young, you're like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
I'm good. I just got to go out there
Young,
and play.
wild, and free, baby.
That's
I was
it.
just trying to
got to make a couple plays. I'm going to be all right. That's it.
No, I love hearing what you guys have to say about this. It was sad to me to hear that from Byron Jones, especially a guy that, like you said, he's made a boatload of money in the NFL, and the tweet saying, look, I can't run or jump. And you think about that broad jump that he had in the combine, and they pretty much put him on the map. That broad jump did. Look, man, I just look at you guys are talking about your personal experiences and having to take those chances because your livelihood is at stake. Mm-hmm. So many guys every Sunday doing the same thing. They're thinking about their next paycheck, and they're thinking about taking care of so many people. They ain't just taking care of, it's a lot of people depending on that buried church check to come through, And at the end of the day, when you see these guys after their careers and they're not able to walk, I mean, I just think about the great Earl Campbell. The great Earl Campbell has to have a golf cart everywhere he goes because hips gone, knees gone, and so many of these guys, they get the gold jacket, they get all the fame and all of those things that come with it, but they have to have someone help them to the bathroom. Yeah. They have to have someone help them take baths. I mean, look, all of those things, people, I think, on the outside just only see the money aspect of it, and that's how they look at Byron Jones. If I would have made the moment, I would have took the shot too. Mm-hmm. But if that meant your quality of life, being able to be there for your children, being able to, walk your children down the aisle, all of that is relative. And I just don't take. When I saw that tweet, Nui, it just broke my heart because what kind of young man Byron Jones is and what kind of family he comes from. He's a proud guy.
This is why you get the respect from a guy like Mike Tomlin when he goes on Ryan Clark's podcast and he says, my number one job is to make sure that I take care of you as a player and as a young man. Yeah. And he's speaking about when he held Ryan Clark out when they went up there to play and Denver, knowing that he had the sickle cell. Yeah. And I just think you need more coaches, more GMs, more owners that are like that so players don't feel that pressure to go out there and risk that type of stuff when they playing, right? And I know it's hard for you to give somebody that type of comfort to say, hey, man, no matter what happens, you're going to be all right. Yeah. But players, to some extent, need to feel that way versus how Byron Jones feels about how he feels about it. Because believe it or not, this is going to have a big effect on parents when they say, hey, man, should I let my son play?
One thing about Mike Tomlin, he works for an organization that will not fire him. And if you're coaching out there, there are going to be some folks who think about themselves in that aspect. Here's Byron's tweet, just so we make sure this is what he said exactly, his words. Much has changed in 8 years. Today, I can't run or jump because of my injury sustained playing this game. Do not take the pills they give you. Do not take the injections they give you. If you absolutely must, consult an outside doctor to learn the long-term implications. Then in his second tweet, he says, it was an honor and a privilege to play in the NFL, but it came at a regrettable cost I did not foresee. In my opinion, no amount of professional success or financial gain is worth avoidable chronic pain and disabilities. Godspeed to the class of 2023. And that tweet spun from an NFL cartoon that said Byron Jones jumped the equivalent of two 25-inch Mini Coopers in 12 feet 12 inches. It says the two Mini Coopers are 11 feet 6 inches, and they called him Mr. Broad Jump. And his tweet got over 400 comments, and the second one got over 364 comments. And, of course, as you can imagine, some of them were of the ignorant taste of people saying, I work a job and my back hurts. Or, people who compare themselves to players, which I always laugh at because you're not a player. You don't know how it feels.
It's tough, man. It's tough because you don't see it when you coming in the league. All you see is the glitz and glamour, man. If I go here first round, I get this type of money, I get that. They don't really tell you about the the side effects or the downside of playing the NFL. I mean, I think what's a stat? If you play something, you knocking off
years,
I mean, because you're like in a car collision every time you go into a big time hit. I mean, you're hitting 300-pounders as a safety or a corner, and it's gonna wear on your body. But they don't tell you those type of things. And like you said earlier, as a young man, you don't really think about those things. You're thinking, man, look, I'm invincible. I'm in the prime of my life. I'm healthy. I can do anything. And you go out there and you're running into those cats each and every day.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
It wears on you.
I was 22. I was like, okay, when I 65, right? 65. That's a good.
Yeah,
life.
I take 65. I take 65.
I'm supposed to be 72, 65 by the time I play. Oh yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
You look
like,
good.
but you don't understand it though, right? You ain't got no kids and grandkids. You ain't looking at that type of stuff.
Heck, what do you see from your Uncle Joe Green? I mean, all those, he played with so many great players, and they would always come and visit him. And recently, we saw Franco Harris pass away, and he's lost so many of his teammates on the D line. And when you spoke about seeing Earl Campbell, I remember being at that first charity function he had for the scholarship. And it'd been a while since I saw Earl. It was just, it hurt. When you see Tony Dorsett and you talk with Tony, I mean, for me, because you got Danny, you guys were younger, but those were guys we grew up watching these guys.
Yeah.
This was what turned us into NFL fans.
Yeah, double hip replacement, double knee replacements. Just not being able to get around good at all. It's just he paid a tremendous price to play the game of football, and so many guys do. And you look at today, and I know we're talking about this because of the combine and obviously the statement that Byron Jones made. And look. You guys played this game and had to deal with all of those injuries, take those shots, go through all of that pain to be able to just put a helmet on and go out there and earn a paycheck. A lot of guys don't have to go through that. And even when you look at the guys that have all of the fame and all of the Hall of Fame and all of that, there's still a price that has to be paid. It doesn't matter what level that you played at, right? And that's why I think there's so much respect amongst players I love the camaraderie and the fraternity of the players because they show each other that love based off of that sacrifice because you know what it took to play the game each and every week. And so, look, man, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, man. My life is so much better because my uncle played in the league. Okay? And when I look at those drafts and I see those guys being drafted, I understand that depending on where they came from, man, that's a mother that's making it out. That's a father that's making it out from a situation. And you have the Tom Rinaldi music in the back, and somebody's gonna make you cry because some of these stories are really hard to listen to, but guys are overcoming a lot to end up playing in the league. You don't ever want it to end where a guy is saying, I can't run a jump today. And so when you see a guy like, Megatron, when he stepped away from the game, he's like, look, my health. There are other guys that have stepped away from the game and says, look, man, my health. Someone on the outside can't understand how do you turn down $20 million. I know I don't. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. But when it comes down to that and guys recognize, look, I got enough money, I can retire, I'm good. You got to respect that. And I think when I see Byron Jones have his perspective and say what he just said, it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because I understand what this game has done for me and so many of my cousins that went to nursing school, got real estate licenses and own businesses because they got that interest-free loan from Uncle Joe. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to it, man. So it's a double-edged sword, man, but it really is heartbreaking to hear what you just read.
And I will say this, man. Hopefully, with the younger guy like Byron coming out talking about his health issues and all that other stuff, it'll get when the next CBA comes around. Hopefully, these younger guys will, instead of voting to be able to do stuff outside of the football facility, they'll vote for health insurance and making sure these guys get lifetime health insurance. That's something. And I get it; these guys are young; they're not thinking about that right now. They're not thinking about that right now. But
22
insurance. Just think about it, man. Hopefully, with younger guys coming up saying that type of stuff, it'll get through to these young cats. But
how much did health play in your two retirements?
For me, it was probably about 70%. After Achilles, forearm, back surgery, it's shoulder surgery. My whole right side is just, surgeryed up. So I was getting out of the bed, man, ankles swollen, toes hurting. And then I got to the point where I was like, man, I started thinking to myself while I was in Jacksonville, sitting on the bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, like, man, do I really want to go in here and hear what these coaches got to say? Do I really want to go out there and practice? I go there and I just didn't have that love for the game no more. And I started thinking to myself, man, this isn't for me right now. And I slowed down. I wasn't as athletic as I was when I first came in, but a lot of that had to do with health, man. It was real.
Same for mine. I'm going to go probably 85, 90. Playing special teams, high ankle sprains. When them hamstrings started to hit me, that's when you start getting slower for real, and then it's hard for you to get over tendonitis and getting your knee drained and having hip pointers and all that stuff. And all of a sudden you're like, man, I didn't even realize I was slower than I was. And then you start to watch and you're like, okay, all right, you can work out as much as you want to, you can eat as good as you want to, and you cannot negate some of those injuries and some of those effects that you have when you play the game. So
all those injuries sure didn't stop your appetite, dog, because you definitely
We shared a steak.
We share a steak. What do you mean? What do you mean? Boy, I tell you.
Hey man, if you listening to the show,
Let's take a break.
Y'all take a break, man.
Take a break.
Newey, get to take us to break.
And we coming right back into
we
it.
coming back. Danny has something he wants to say.
Say it with your chest.
Oh, he gonna say it with his chest, his stomach, his taste buds, everything.
Everything.
Players Lunch brought to you by Tostitos, ironically, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The most action-packed motorsport experience in the world returns to Arlington this Saturday. Head to AT&T Stadium on March 4th for Monster Jam. Tickets are on sale now at SeatGeek.com, the official ticketing provider of AT&T Stadium. I love Monster Jam.
Monster Jam. Monster Jam. All right. Follow the show on Twitter.
Should have never gave you money.
At players_lounge. Follow us there on Twitter.
That's so good.
Hey, man.
Tell a friend.
Yeah, man.
Heckma Harrison, Danny McCray. Danny McCray, very true.
You almost.
I'm trying to gently get into this with tenderness.
Nah.
Tenderness. Get into it. Medium well.
Like them tender
Medium
loins.
rare. Bone in.
Because
it's a win-win. What restaurant are you about to talk about on the?
Because I just want to say up front, I'm not participating in where his feelings are.
I appreciate that, man. You're class act.
I'm looking right here at the knife lunch menu because
what restaurant are you about to talk about?
Because
it's a win-win, bro.
You're class act. You're a class act, Newey.
Whole family winning. Friends winning. King
class act.
Winning.
Class act.
You ain't, bro. What you mad about?
I'm not. Hey man.
Why you hostile?
Hey, I'm just telling you. If I make a bet and I lose, I'm expecting to have to pay. That's the pressure of the bet.
It is.
That's why I would be stressed out during the whole season.
The people may not understand what you're talking about.
And I would really have to think about when Dak goes out if I want to take my bet back when the chance is offered.
Twice.
But now it makes sense because I don't matter anyway.
Good anyway. Let the people know about the bet. Can the people know about the bet? What was the bet?
Yeah, Danny, go ahead.
All right, so
since you're so hot
at the beginning of the year, we decided to make a bet. Would the Cowboys win the NFC East or would the Philadelphia Eagles win the NFC East?
Yes.
Barry Church, Newey Scruggs, Danny McCray said that the Cowboys will not win the NFC East. They will not. We took the field.
Yeah. Took a guess.
Heckma said he's taking the Cowboys.
That's right.
when Dak Prescott got hurt, we gave him a shot to say, man, are you sure you still want to make this bet? Because we'll let you get it back. We understand the quarterback went down. He said, nah, I'm sticking with my squad. And if I lose, I got to take y'all to eat.
So now, 20 off the plane?
Yeah, 20 off the plane. He said that Philadelphia was going to be up by 20 before the Cowboys got off the plane to go to the link.
Yeah,
and now it all makes sense because we went to eat at the Knife and Heckman was going to pay his bet. And we sitting up here eating steaks, avocado fries, beef carpaccio.
What you call that? Carpaccio?
Bacon tasting.
Bacon tasting.
Some bolognese.
I had 3-4 glasses of wine. I had so much wine I had to stop because I didn't want to run the tab up. I'm like, you know what? Nah, bro, just wait. I'm waiting till my food
They
come
opened
out.
a whole nother bottle for you, bro.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, I'm waiting to see the check so I can take a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? So I can post it on Twitter, let everybody know Heck paid his.
Part of the bet.
I didn't know. I was gone.
This man don't even get a check.
I got my little cappuccino.
They don't even bring a check. As a matter of fact, Heck had to ask to tip. The owner was gonna tip for him. He said, hey, man, I want to make sure I tip the guy. I said, hold on, we done? We done? The man ain't paid for nothing. So now we on the show talking about the Knife, talking about the restaurant. There are people thinking about the good steak we had in the carpaccio. Heck didn't have to pay no money. Only people that got food is us. Okay? So Twitter, can you please hey, when you make a bet, you got to pay that thing. Like actually pay it.
It's the only thing I'm going to say.
What you gonna say, bro?
I'd have liked another one of the bacon tastings.
Yeah, you should have got another one.
We ain't know. We ain't want to run the tab.
I'm trying to push, but I would have liked another bacon tasting there.
That was that good, wasn't it?
And we could have had another short rib. We needed it. We probably should have had our own short ribs so we could take it home.
Yeah, we were trying to do him a favor.
Trying to help him out.
But the next bet, the next bet to get paid, they all going to whoever loses going to have to pay for what you did.
It won't be one.
But I did appreciate the
Thank
food.
you, man. I sure appreciate you, man.
It was Knife and playoff. I'm looking at the lunch menu. I'm like, I'm gonna get here, get done. I mean, get over. They got this BLT with that bacon.
Win-win. You see what I'm saying?
Man over there talking to the Wu-Tang over there. I'm over here. Where the tab at? Oh, man.
I just had some Shirley Temples. Guys like, man, I know y'all was gonna.
He came to the dice game with counterfeit cash.
Some Monopoly money.
Monopoly money.
I'd order root beers had I known.
Listen, man. It ain't what you know.
Nah,
it's who you know.
And
I took care of my guys. All right. I went to a place where they're gonna take care of my guys. They're gonna give you all. Look, the owner comes over, talk to you. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. You when you go places, people don't walk over. Oh my God, Dan McCray, how you doing? Let me sit over here and eat with you, break bread with you. Come on, man.
I only go places where I know people.
Is that right?
Nah, heck, man.
And I wouldn't be taking you there if I owed you a bet.
Yeah. Listen, did you or did you not order? What was that? The carpaccio? What was that? How do you pronounce that?
I offered to pay for the carpaccio.
How do you offer to pay for something? You gonna offer to pay for so when the bill came,
you was gonna pay? Because I'm waiting for the tab to come out. Yes, bro. That's why I'm waiting for the check.
But no check came.
Bro, I know. I asked you for the check.
Did you not listen to the keys that the owner said, by the way? That told you that a good portion of this was going to be.
But that's okay.
But I'm just saying, I could hear the keys.
What were the keys?
Don't worry about. I got you guys taken care of, so I could tell. But it was like, okay, Heck's going. I knew.
I'm okay with a discount, Newey.
Right. I knew it was at least going to be a break.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But at the same time, I'm cool. But Heckman, you're now understanding and seeing. He's giving you the quarterback standard.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting here.
Yeah.
And they did a story on it. I want to say it was NFL Network, ESPN. We talk about when quarterbacks give stuff to the players for Christmas, their O-line, when they take care of them. Peyton Manning talked about it. Dak Prescott spoke about it. That a part of you giving the gift is the understanding it has to come out of your pocket.
It means more.
You can't call your sponsor. You can't. Dak can't call Nike. Hey, I need Jordans.
But guess who you just said? You said Dak. And you said
Peyton Manning.
Who picked the knife?
But I'm just telling you, he's putting.
So if it was on Heckman, if it was on the Harrison family, we'd have been in McDonald's. We'd have been at Burger King. You weren't gonna take. Hey, you over there mad because we had a good time at a 5-star restaurant. I don't know too many people get 38 about having. What did you talk? Where we going with?
Because it ain't about where we was eating at. It was about you paying for it. It's the bet.
I paid for it.
You didn't.
I paid for it.
It's
all good.
You didn't.
Did you enjoy yourself?
That's not the point.
We would have lost the bet, and we would have went to the.
But you did. But what was y'all bet? What was y'all part? Y'all didn't have a bet where it said y'all was going to take me anywhere.
Yeah,
I was
bro, we said we had to take
I
my
was
team.
the one that said, look, the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, and this is where we're going out to eat.
Yeah, and the bet was if you win, then we would took you out to eat.
Man, you sure. Don't be
It's
sorry
all right,
like
though.
that, man.
Thank you to the night, man. Hope y'all go to the night.
It's
get
that
y'all some food.
Akaushi.
But just know when y'all go, it ain't gonna be
See,
free.
that's what you thought you had me. That's what you thought. That's that Akaushi.
45-day age. Akaushi. For the free.
Hey, I know now. Billy Ho and Sydney over here they got us on White Man Can't Jump. I would hustle the hell out of them.
I'll take that hustle one more time.
You want that hustle?
I want that bacon.
I ain't making that back. As soon as you lose, you coming out of pocket. That's why. It's only good because you won.
Well, they got this. No, I'm telling you right now. I look right here. They got this BLT sandwich and the lunch special right here.
Yeah, people want to go to lunch like a mother right
so
now.
it's right
You be texting George, ain't it?
George,
No, I won't do that. But
I'm going to hit George up.
I'm going to go with church then. If you're going to do that, I'll ride in with church. But, yeah, man, they got this BLT I'm looking at because that bacon they had was off the chain. Then they got what they call the Magic Burger. And it's got bacon on there, too, on the English
I know what you're doing, bro. I know exactly what you're doing right now.
What am I doing?
What was the chicken place that used to come in here and bring the chicken in?
The Tennessee or the Nashville hot sandwich. We're going to have a night. Special guest George going to be on this bug in a second. Boy, that boy knew he's something else, man.
I see you, bro.
Man.
He's like, oh, Heck got the plug? No, Heck put in 30 years for that.
100 grand.
Like, I'm gonna do what you did in 30 years in 10 minutes.
Got a knife T-shirt, knife hat.
Merry Christmas with the night.
Well, I tell you, shout out to y'all, man. Okay, Heck.
So Heck, your bet is paid.
Thank you, bro.
So good for you.
Good deal, man.
You're better than me. I'm still on the hook, for Danny, but Danny won't come out, that way to get that.
I'm gonna be out there one day. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's gonna be just hey, you ready?
I mean, and actually,
I'm taking something home too.
The next time you got.
Because at this point, after what Heck did, I may as well run it up. I bring the wife and kids.
The ramifications of Heck going to everybody.
Oh yeah.
You get the
I'm overcharging for what they did to the Gold Rush.
You could get that Lel Collins special if you want it.
Nah, ain't nothing special. I don't want nothing special.
Next time you got one of those camps in Arlington.
I'm gonna stop by.
Cold Crush.
Yeah.
I should have told him, man. Look, pretend like you bringing
You
me.
should have.
Why did I think about that? I should have.
Nah, bro. You fine.
My bad.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. I ain't gonna forget this. You New York City.
Hey, Danny, next time you can +1 CB, okay?
Oh yeah. I mean, shit. We would have known it was free. I would have +1 everybody.
I can invite.
New York City.
Yeah.
New York City 2.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you fellas getting me there.
I was in a group text.
Cappuccino on the way out.
They'd have been disappointed, bro.
On the count of the frost, man.
Lost the crowd.
Your coffee good, Church?
It was excellent.
Yeah,
that
the
French press.
Hey,
Think about the French press for your boy.
I would at least got a call. I'm just in my mind. I'm trying to take care of Heck, make sure we don't, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I know.
What you want? The carpaccio. So what is that?
I can't believe I offered to pay for it.
That's wild.
I didn't hear that.
When we come back, should the Cowboys really think about diving into free agency to do something this time around?
Yes.
Especially when you saw what the Eagles did, when you've seen what the Rams have done, and the Cowboys have just been, decided, no, we're not going to Neiman Marcus, we're not going to Macy's, we're going to 5 and below.
Last 3 Super Bowl.
We'll bring in James
Tampa,
Washington.
The Rams, and Philly. Free agency.
Okay, let's dive into that next on the Play Size. That's Barry Church.
Thank you, sir.
Heckman Harrison. And hopefully a happy Danny McCray when we come back.
It didn't even taste the same after I found out it was free.
I want this
Needed some flavor after that.
Where's my grenade? Where's my grenade?
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Byron Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Registration is now open for the 2023 Dallas Cowboy Youth Football and Cheer Camp presented by Invisalign. Use promo code SPRINGBREAK23 for $25 off camps on March 14th or 15th. And take advantage of the early bird pricing when you sign up for a summer camp. Sign up for summer camp by May 12th. Visit DallasCowboys.com/camps.
Yeah, man, get you a little discount, man. You know what I'm saying? Discount, unlike what Heck got for us. But just get you a discount. You know what I'm saying? Sign them up for camps. I will be there. T's getting them ready to go, man. So hopefully one day they winning bets and they don't get tricked like I did.
Swindle.
I'm leaving out of here with something. I'm from around the way.
Man, like you said, he got to meet Wu-Tang.
All that over there.
Went out fellowship, got everything.
I would have took something to the crib for sure.
Should have.
Sure though, man.
We didn't know.
We ain't know, man. We ain't know.
We wouldn't have ordered. We wouldn't have been sharing steaks.
Man, I would have got the big. Was it the big short rib? Big grill.
You
short
couldn't
rib?
have eaten. Never mind.
Who couldn't have ate what?
Let me. Hey,
I would have ate all that short rib.
I know now. I know now.
I would hold it back.
I know now.
I had the creme brulee. I had about 3 of them right there, man.
I know now.
He didn't have Bernays and some pepper.
Yeah, I want to taste all the sauces. Which one the best?
I'm familiar with your game now.
All right, NFL free agency. Combine starting this week. NFL free agency. The Cowboys don't exactly dip into that thing very much. And we've spoken about the need to fix the defensive line, defensive tackle spot, especially. I'm looking at Javon Hargraves of the Eagles, who is he is
Can we
available.
talk about that?
Deron Payne.
Free agency started?
Free agency, no, it is not started yet, but it's coming up.
CB, he can get in here.
Yeah, CB, are we allowed to? We still restricted on this one yet.
You are restricted for mentioning anybody's name.
Okay, so
like the 2 uses.
So free agency. Excuse me for dipping in. Can't dip in them. I think a combine happened.
It's gonna be an editing job.
Editing.
You can talk to
nobody. We ain't bring none of these names. Those two dudes, I would touch them. But
you can bring up names that have been released.
Nobody cares about Derek Carr. Nobody cares about Derek Carr. Bottom line is this. Do you try and keep on saying, we'll wait to the NFL draft and fill these needs? Or do you go right here and start addressing some things like defensive tackle, like possibly one of your corner spots or your tackles, the offensive tackle spot. Do you do this in free agency?
Yeah, I say go ahead. I mean, what has, developing, which they've done a great job. I'll give Will and them, they've done a great job developing prospects and getting those guys to play to the utmost of their potential. But what has that really gotten you, these past couple of seasons? It's gotten you a playoff appearance here and there. You might have won a playoff game, but you really haven't gone in long stretches throughout the playoffs. So I understand as a brand, the Dallas Cowboys has been successful. I mean, they're the most, valuable franchise in all of sports. But when you talk about success on the field, this method of developing guys through the draft and getting guys on a low bargain deals out here, it hasn't really gotten to fruition. You haven't really done anything when it matters most. So why not take a chance? I'm not saying you got to do the Rams thing and trade away all your draft picks and get you a Ramsey, Aaron Donald. You don't got to do all that. But to get, above the bargain price, basement price, whatever they're going these past couple of years, they've got to take some type of splash. And I think they got the team right now to do so. You need a couple pieces. Not like you got to spend a boatload, but you need a couple pieces. Why not go out there and take a plunge?
Now, you feel like that because you're close, right?
Yeah.
You feel like that because you're close. You feel like you have the inner workings of a team that if you add a key piece, like you always talked about Odell, and if he's halfway healthy, bring him in. Guys like that you think can help you get over the hump. There's been a drought. They're going to talk about it every year until the Cowboys get to the NFC Championship or at least come close to winning the Super Bowl. And I think people are frustrated with, okay, all right, let's go into the draft. We know how the draft is around here. We love the draft. We want to go through and get these guys, and we're going to bring them in and hope that they're ready. And then when it doesn't materialize in the middle of the season, you're like, we should have got so-and-so, or you see another team make a move like we saw the Eagles make the move to bring in Ndamukong Suh and Joseph and guys like that. And those pieces were very important for them, especially when Fletcher Cox went down and they had Davis went down. You saw how those free agent acquisitions led to success for them. The Cowboys have made those moves. I think you felt good about when they brought in Amari Cooper. Then you didn't feel good about the way they let go of Amari Cooper and who they had left. So it's just been the juggling act of the front office, not willing to go out to free agency and spend big dollars. And have you had that free agent that you could say, if we have that guy on our team, he's going to be the difference maker to get us to a Super Bowl?
Yeah, man. I find it just a little confusing because the NFL, they always say, is a copycat league. And then you see teams come up with the recipe for success, and you've seen it over the last couple of years of, hey, man, this is what you have to do if you want to be a contender for a Super Bowl championship. We watched Tampa go in there and hit free agency and get all the pieces that they needed. Some of them on deals because Antonio Brown got there. Nobody wanted him. He was with Tom Brady. They figured out they didn't break the bank to get Antonio Brown over there. They got Tom Brady there. They got some other free agent pieces. Super Bowl. Even the next year, they one interception away from going right back to the Super Bowl. Who beats them? The Rams, the team that goes all in on free agency. And they say, hey, man, if we want to win the Super Bowl now, because it's not guaranteed that in the next 27 years that you'll win the Super Bowl. So now is the time to make sure that if you have the core that you believe can get you to the Super Bowl, then you go make those moves.
Right.
And we still ain't done it. And the free agents are out there because everybody else is finding them. So I think if you really want to win a championship, that this is the time. So you need to really look at the landscape of who's available, who can help you, and make a big move, man.
Yeah, that's right.
I love what you said about Copycat League because that's really how it's been for years and years, emulating success. Who's been that success? The Patriots, right? And the Patriots have made any splashes in free agency. They have always drafted Belichick guys. Do you fit Belichick's offense? Do you fit Belichick's defense? Well, look at the contrast between the teams that you just outlined. These are not teams that have a type or a structure from the head coaches that they've brought in. I mean, it's kind of offense versus defense. Right now, when I look at the Dallas Cowboys, I'm honestly, even in this draft, I've been saying like, who are we gonna get at this pick? I'm saying to myself, who does Dan Quinn want? Who does Dan Quinn want? Because we want a guy that fits Dan Quinn's system.
I'll push back on you on free agency. The Patriots do get involved in free agency, and they have. They just are not first or second day type people. Rodney Harrison was a free agent. Danny Amendola was a free agent.
What about Randy? How'd they get Randy?
Randy was in a trade.
Make a move.
You're right.
But they are into the business of, at that time, making moves.
But that's not
right.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So that's kind of been that whole thing with Scott Pioli and their philosophy, especially after Mike Vrabel when he came over the Steelers. So, they gotten involved in the free agency. Their whole thing was just, how are we going to do it? They feel like, hey, man, that first or second day when the dudes are making the big, large change, we're not there. So basically, hey, when they shopping at Neiman's and Marcus, we're not there. We here, Belk with the coupon, and we looking at you, Roger Harrison, and we saying, hey, man, we like you right here at this price.
Yeah, right. No.
Hey, by the way, I got my Belk coupon.
I was about to say, I thought you were going to say Target. But
No.
Don't diss Target. I know some people that would be up in arms.
I'm saying church is very high on Target.
Okay.
Target. It's a good spot.
My spot. Southern spot. My spot. Grew up on Belk. JCPenney grew up on them. Still shop at Belk. But I'm just saying, so the Patriots got in. They just don't get in high.
I think I guess I'm asking, for we're talking about a high profile, bringing in somebody high profile, not a guy that's a free agent that could come in and just we signed so and so because he was out of a contract with another team. I think we're talking about making a splash,
like one of the top corners in the National Football League. That happens to be on the West Coast.
What number is it? What number does he wear?
Deion Sanders isn't coming back.
Ain't nobody trying to hit nobody with Deion.
Did he go to Florida State? Yeah. Deion went to Florida State.
I got nothing to do with this.
Talking about Deion.
I'm not even here.
It's about prime.
Not even here. I'm not here. I'm not here. Hopefully, there are some moves that are in the plans to be made. That show that the Cowboys are really trying to make a move and do whatever they need to get that championship.
I'm not saying go out and sign 3-4 people, but there can be 1 or 2 pieces that you look here and say, you know what, this is not only going to fill a need, this allows us come draft day to make the moves we need to.
What position is that, though? If you could pick a position, what position would that be?
I keep talking about the defensive tackle spot because I still believe you need to stop the run. And when I look in this division, I see 3 football teams that want to run the ball. Right. And when I think about how have you been able to beat the Cowboys recently, and especially in the playoffs, it's been running the football. So to me, what's the number one key? And I also go back, just being a historian of the team, all 5 Super Bowl teams had fantastic defenses, and the D-line was super strong. Hall of Famers, Pro Bowlers. I mean, you were not beating the Cowboys up front. Those teams, those doomsday teams, the Jimmy had put together, they were up front. They could stop the run. You weren't going off on these dudes. I still believe in today's passing NFL, this still matters because you look at some of the quarterbacks in this game, for instance, for Tom Brady. Dude didn't like that rush up the middle. Mm-hmm. Matthew Stafford doesn't like that rush up the middle. So to me, that's where, heck, if you ask me what am I going to do, I still feel like you need to fix your D-line.
Could our defense have won us a championship this season?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree.
We just saw it, right?
I mean, how many points got put up in the Super Bowl?
Right.
It wasn't like they were just playing all-out defensive football. Do we have the players to make those big-time plays in those moments when you're not stopping the run or when you just need that one big stop? I think we had those playmakers on our squad. I think we got Micah Parsons, we got D-Law, we got Trayvon Diggs. When it comes down to it, you got to be able to score some points. You need the weapons to say, hey, man, when everything is falling apart, where are we going? And I think both of those teams in that game had those pieces. Well, of course, Jalen Hurts was the one because he can do it with his arms and his legs, but then you got Travis Kelce and you got a guy like Patrick Mahomes in the game when the defense is falling apart. So I think you just got to have that type of offense to where you can lean on something. It's something you can lean on when all else is falling.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. But I'll also, and this is one of my things, I look at Andy Reid and how he revamped his offense. I mean, this man lost Tyreek Hill. Yeah. You know, and he figured out how to scheme up some stuff and get folks rolling here. I'm going to believe that Mike McCarthy, now I'm not just going to give him the James Washington. I'm going to go ahead and give some real talent. Okay. And I'm going to give James Washington, but we like our guys. But I'm going to give him some talent. But in free agency, I'm trying to find, I need a rock up here. That's what I'm trying to find. When we talk about Odell Beckham, who's currently a free agent, who they spoke to before, okay, you're talking about, to me, that's the right thing. Okay, let's look for someone like that, which I believe they can do both, Danny. In my opinion. You can do both. So I'm not opposed to what you're saying. I'm just saying, dude, people, man, you see, when they run successful on the count, it's ugly.
I just don't want you to get away from the O-line because I've been talking about this for many years.
No, I think going back to what you're saying about Andy Reid has the best. He got the best hand in the casino. He has Patrick Mahomes.
And Travis Kelce.
And whoever else you want to. But it starts with Patrick Mahomes. And so you take that into consideration, and that's a hell of a foundation to build around. I do believe our defense was good enough to support. I just think our offense failed. I think our running game failed. Once Tony Pollard went down, all of those things that we saw happen, our big playability was stymied. And the interceptions played a big part.
Our running game, and we didn't take care of the ball.
And we didn't take care. So all of those things was a recipe for us not being able to actually get to the championship. And you see Kansas City, even with their offense, I don't think you look at their defense and say that was the most dominating defense you ever see. They had one guy. They had Jones in the middle. That was it.
Can I get that guy? I'd love to have
No,
that.
hell yeah. For sure. Everybody wants dog.
In your household, you've seen what one guy can do.
But we have our one guy.
One superstar guy.
Do we not have our one guy?
We do.
We got a guy.
I said on the D-line. I said D-line. That's what
hey, Michael Parsons playing the dang D-line, bro.
I'm talking about D-tack. I'm like,
specifically.
You're not about to get me. We gone.
We got it.
Danny McCray, thank you. Hackman Harrison, we appreciate the food, my
It's all
brother.
good, man.
Barry Church,
Yes,
he
sir.
appreciated the food. Well, Newbie Scruggs. Player Science brought to you by
Thank you for the food, Hick.
We're out.
Golly.
Thank you for the food.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?